One of the companies benefiting from rising geopolitical tensions and increasing defense spending, Palantir reported strong results for the fourth quarter of fiscal 2025. Revenue reached $1.4 billion, growing 70% year-over-year and beating market expectations. Growth was supported by both segments, with government revenue at $730 million and commercial revenue at $677 million, while U.S. commercial growth remained particularly strong. Operating income came in at $575 million, and net income reached $612 million, representing a 43% net margin. Earnings per share were 25 cents, slightly above analyst expectations of 23 cents. Palantir's revenue has grown steadily over the past several years, rising from about $341 million in the first quarter of 2021 to $1.4 billion in the fourth quarter of fiscal 2025. Throughout this period, the company has expanded across both of its major segments, government and commercial. While government contracts have historically represented the largest share of revenue, the commercial segment has been growing much faster, delivering a compound annual growth rate of about 50%, compared with roughly 32% for the government business, as enterprises increasingly adopt Palantir's data platforms and AI capabilities. Palantir has continued to expand both new contract activity and its revenue backlog, from about $250 million in total contract value and roughly $3.5 billion in remaining deal value in early 2022, to more than $4.2 billion and about $11.2 billion respectively by the fourth quarter of fiscal 2025, reflecting a growing pipeline of multi-year contracts across both government agencies and commercial enterprises. Alongside this expansion in contracts, Palantir's customer base has also grown rapidly, increasing more than threefold from 277 customers in early 2022 to 954 customers by the end of fiscal 2025, driven by rising adoption of its AI and data platforms, particularly among U.S. commercial customers. Starting with hypergrowth metrics, Palantir ended fiscal 2025 with 954 customers, continuing the strong expansion driven largely by the U.S. commercial segment. Net dollar retention reached about 139%, showing that existing customers continue to increase their spending, while total contract value climbed to roughly $4.3 billion, the highest quarterly level in the company's history. Looking at the software stack, Palantir's ecosystem is built around four core platforms: Gotham, Foundry, Apollo, and AIP, all connected through the company's ontology framework. Government and defense remain another key pillar, with U.S. government revenue reaching about $1.85 billion, supported by systems such as Maven and the Titan Battlefield AI platform. At the same time, AIP has become the company's main growth engine, with 5-day boot camps allowing companies to deploy AI agents in less than a week, achieving conversion rates close to 75%. Palantir is also expanding into industrial applications through Warp Speed, while investors continue to monitor risks such as about $684 million in stock-based compensation and a premium valuation near 42 times forward sales. Looking ahead to 2026 and 2027, Palantir aims to position itself as the operating system of the AI economy. On the digital side, the company believes the industry is moving from generative AI toward agentic AI, where AI systems can analyze data, make decisions, and execute real-world actions. Palantir operates at the logic layer between cloud infrastructure and enterprise operations, connecting platforms like Gotham, Foundry, and AIP to real business workflows. The company is also expanding into industrial AI, with initiatives such as Warp Speed for manufacturing and supply chains. In defense infrastructure, projects like ShipOS with the U.S. Navy are designed to reduce planning time from 160 hours to under 10 minutes, while new systems like the Nuclear Operating System aim to manage complex energy projects. At the same time, investors continue to monitor risks, including AI model dependency in defense systems and stock-based compensation of about $684 million. Palantir's operating expenses have increased steadily from about $381 million in early 2021 to roughly $615 million by the fourth quarter of fiscal 2025, with a temporary peak of around $642 million in Q4 2024. Among these categories, sales and marketing grew the fastest, with a compound annual growth rate of about 16.7%, reflecting the company's push to expand enterprise adoption and accelerate commercial growth. Research and development spending also increased at around 14.4% annually, supporting continued investment in AI platforms such as Gotham, Foundry, and AIP, while general and administrative expenses grew much more slowly at roughly 2% per year. Alongside steady revenue growth, Palantir's profitability has also improved significantly over time. In early 2022, the company was still reporting net losses, with net income margins falling to around negative 38%, reflecting heavy investment in product development and commercial expansion. Profitability improved steadily in the following years as revenue scaled and operating leverage increased, driving strong growth in net income. By the fourth quarter of fiscal 2025, net income reached about $609 million, with the net margin expanding to roughly 43%, supported by strong demand for Palantir's AI platforms and improved operating efficiency. From fiscal year 2022 through fiscal year 2026, Palantir's revenue has expanded steadily and generally aligned with market expectations, reflecting strong demand for its data analytics and artificial intelligence platforms across both government and commercial customers. Consensus estimates project full-year revenue to reach roughly $7.2 billion in fiscal 2026, supported by continued enterprise adoption of the artificial intelligence platform and strong growth in the U.S. commercial segment. Earnings per share, however, have shown more volatility relative to analyst expectations, with reported results alternating between beats and shortfalls across several quarters. Despite these fluctuations, the overall trend remains upward. Consensus forecasts suggest EPS could approach roughly $0.9 to $1.1 in fiscal 2026, reflecting improving operating leverage as Palantir continues scaling its AI platforms across a growing customer base. Palantir's share price has also seen some volatility following its strong AI-driven rally, as the stock has surged significantly in recent months and may face short-term corrections as valuations adjust. Analyst expectations remain broadly positive. Based on consensus from 24 Wall Street analysts, the average 12-month price target is around $187.9, implying roughly 24% upside from the current price near $151. Price targets, however, vary widely. The bull case reaches around $260, while the bear case sits near $70, reflecting different views on Palantir's future growth and valuation. Overall, analysts maintain a buy outlook, supported by confidence in the company's expanding artificial intelligence platforms and a large backlog of contracts that provides strong visibility for long-term growth. Thank you for watching. The information presented in this video reflects opinions at the time of publication and is for informational purposes only. It does not constitute investment advice.